70 builds as well. They've got a lot of their Surge though, so now we have to lose 8 players for the next Surge threshold, and then that's it. Surge is done for the game. This is EU semi-final Heat 1, Game 1. Marion solo. He was the DreamHack Sweden 2019 or 2020 champion. I think it was 2020. Solo, but unfortunately 80 below, 0 builds, 2 minis, and 3 medkits. I don't think Marion's gonna be able to do much here. Sanguild and Loki up above. They've got a really good high ground going right now. Sanguild and Loki might be able to take game 1 win. I don't know how many mats they have though. Marion not losing his composure, 20 below. He's playing this pretty safe though. I want to see him take some shots to get above that surge, but I guess doesn't want to draw attention. Only 3 players have to go down. Sanguild's got 63 builds. If Loki's got a decent amount, 53, this might be our favorites to win game 1 here. The broadcast team really hopeful in Marion clutching this right now. I don't know. I'm assuming Marion's a lost cause here, at least for the win. He might be able to pick up more placement though, but my man's got 3 builds. Zaka and Haram down below in the tops, and zone pulls north, so we aren't going to get a Rave Cave mountain zone. So unfortunately, low-key, a lot of that investment of mats on the high ground not going to pay off for them, but still, high ground is still good, just not as good as if it was a vertical zone. Marion trying to jump in right now. What can Marion do? And Marion's going to go down. Older and Splash. Mid-ground layer on front side, looking good. Vortex takes down Clown. Refsguard looking like he's inside Rave Cave, I think. No, he might be taking the wind turbine. Sanguild and Loki do, but Loki is very weak right now. Gonna have to try to get that med kit off. Older and Splash inside the box pick up their first elim of the game. Doing really well to stay above Surge with 0 elims. Very rare to see that with the new thresholds. Zaka and Haram trying to make a play for high ground. Are they on high ground? Looks like they are. No, they're on second high, but they're fighting for it. Here comes the player. Ed is through. Zaka's only got 4 builds. They're gonna have to try to give this up unless they can get a big refresh. 3 builds is not what you want when you're trying to go for high grounds. Hydro and Belusi, they've got the high ground right now, but tarping down or waterfalling on wood mats with only 10 builds left. Looking a bit rough on high ground. This is what a lot of teams are going to do. They're going to desperately fight for high ground. Same as reboot rounds, trying to go for that win. Zaka gets hit hard. Haram's now on the low ground solo. Doesn't see the play to his right, or doesn't care, I guess. We get an east pull on the zone, but it's not going back up Rave Cave. Things going to slow down now as the lobby's a little bit more dead due to the new surge changes. Janice and Vidil making a play for high ground. No one would be surprised to see a Janice and Vidil game 1 win. They are one of the favorites to get a win here today. Janice is going to take it. 34 builds. Vidil has 3 elims up with him. If they've got the mats for this, I think Janice and Vidil might be able to close this out. Refsguard solo. Clown's going down. Remember, the consistency points do matter. Top 6 is still going to get you to grands. It's not all about the win. He gets delivered a loot drop. Hydro falling down on his walls. Michael on the low grounds, a solo, takes down Belusi and Hydro. Great points for Michael and Astro right now, but you got to think as a solo, is he going to be able to close out the win? Most likely not. Vortex and High Chris still going as a duo, and High Chris gets hit hard. I think that's at the hands of Vidil and Janice on the high ground. They're putting down the beams. It is Vidil who takes down High Chris. So Vidil and Janice, one of the only duos still in this lobby, looking really good to take this one away. Vidil and Janice, 7% of you. 25k from Chaos on the prediction. I think Vidil and Janice are going to close this one out. 0 builds though for Vidil, maybe not. Refsguard in the back, they've got the numbers advantage. They don't have the loot advantage though. Someone's above them. Taking shots down, and oh my god, Refsguard with a beautiful shot onto Vidil. It was Janice above, and Janice goes down. Never mind. It's a 1v1v1 to close this out. Michael on the high ground, 16 builds, 1v1. Refsguard versus Michael. 2 veterans of the EU scene right now going head-to-head to close out the first win. Vidil and Janice as a duo, they had the numbers advantage but didn't have the material. Meanwhile, Refsguard with 40 builds most definitely does have the material. Michael's gonna have to start dropping down. Michael, only 6 builds left, takes the play, the full box, but doesn't get that right wall. Michael, the mechs are looking beautiful right now, but unfortunately couldn't catch Refsguard. Gone through all his material now. Refsguard has control of the pacing of this one. Refsguard opens up 32 tag, but Refsguard hits back, and Refsguard takes him down to 18. Refsguard maybe pulling off one of the best clutches here in the 1v1. Refsguard does it as a solo, I think since like first rotating. I'm pretty sure Refsguard was a solo for almost all of that, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know if I'm mistaken, but let's check the leaderboard. All right. So after game 1, we have Clown and Refsguard picking up the dubs here. That's why they have 1,000 points. They're already through. They're not playing now. Then we have Janice and Vidil, Astro and Michael, Vortex and High Chris, Haram and Zaka, Splash and Older, and then Belusi and Hydro for your top 6 right now in consistency.
1 30. It's fine, take your time. You have purple pump, bro. You're fucking showing this kid. 60?
God comms from
You're
Clown.
So good, bro. You're so good.
Clown keeping the vibes high.
Let's go! I'm the best fucking player, baby! We win those! We fucking win those, baby! We fucking win
There, is he? One of them's at a boot camp because I can hear other people in the background getting gas. So what? They're at a boot camp somewhere. Flixie and Frey in a decent spot. This zone's pretty good for them. They are a north split dropping team. Deceptos, DKS on the low ground front side. Let's see if Flixie and Frey can hold high ground. I can't see where zone is because of the map glitch, unfortunately. Oh, Force is still going solo, but 207 below with no meds, man. This is not looking good. 6 players have to go down. He's almost definitely going to be one of them. It's Typo and Grapple Enjoyer taking the high ground. Flixie and Frey on that second height. 184 above, though. Flixie and Frey looking good. I see Marion still in there as well. Janice and Vidil still going. There's Convex team. 49 bills. They might be able to hold this. No one's going super aggressive for it just yet. Force is still going, but no one has died. This is one of the issues with the new surge changes. Once the lobbies do die a little bit towards the end, there's not as much action in the end games. It's a little bit freer to run around. So Janice and Vidil now. 35 bills for Janice. Didn't see... Downey Vidil has 76 below here for Haram's team. For it just yet. Force is still going, but no one has died. This is one of the issues with the new surge changes. Once the lobbies do die a little bit towards the end, there's not as much action in the end games. It's a little bit freer to run around. So Janice and Vidil now. 35 bills for Janice. Didn't see how many Vidil has. 76 below here for Haram's team. Oh, they got no SMG by looks of it though, so they can't really pressure to get in. They've only got the burst rifles and strikers. Team coming in from behind. 71 above. Only one player has to go down, so Surge is pretty much done and dusted here. Neb's going to have to clutch up again as a solo. Marion's going down. Oh, sorry. Now it's Neb's turn. Marion's going down. Janice goes down, so Vidil's now solo. Vidil in the box, and there's 2 players, and Janice and Vidil going down outside top 15. Very surprising so far. Still probably going to be top 6 after this leaderboard, though. They were in first. Shouldn't drop insanely far, but I guess we'll see. Neb's in 8th place right now. 0 bills trying to make something happen. I think that's a full duo. This is Pablo and Swag, I believe, behind this wall. Not a team to try to 1v2 for Nebs, but he's doing pretty well right now. Getting his damage. He's kind of desperate. He's not got much to work with. Needs to try to find his way into a tarp, and here we go. Might be able to find a way into this tarp, but I have a feeling someone will be in there. Good spot for Nebs. He's moving, bro. He's moving. Nebs not staying still. Oh, drops the tire. God tire play there inside the box. Typho up on the high ground. 20 builds. Grapple Enjoyer getting heavily conned right now by someone. I'm not sure who this is that's contesting them for that high ground play. It's Raisin and Painter. Ryzen, sorry. DKS is down below with Deceptos. They took down someone on the backside. Painter and Ryzen might have this, representing the Motor Bears. 6 elims. See if they can pull off the win. They're in 15th place as well, though. So the win might be really good for them. Struggling with the consistency game 1. Nebs is still fighting his way through this, man. Nebs just clutching up so many points right now. The solo impact points going crazy. Just fitting his fat head under the builds here. Now, unfortunately, can he keep swimming? Oh, he can. Needs to be careful, though. Good chance he's going to get stuck there and start tanking zone. Usury goes down to Painter, sorry. Kiddo goes down as well. Nebs finally gets found. Inside top 10, though. Good performance. Convex team a full duo, but they're completely out of material right now, so Convex going to get found by high ground. Oh, no, it's not. It's Roundnick who finds him. DKS takes down Haram. Swag trying to clutch up solo now too, but 2 more ticks to zone. Needs a siphon and he finds it. 1 single second from going down. He finds it, picks up another med miss. He's going to continue pushing forward. Flixie and Frey making a play for the high ground. It's Painter and Ryzen up above. These are 2 pretty healthy teams right now. The biggest problem is Flixie has only 3 builds. Gonna have to try to stagger this one and see if they can wait for them to drop down ahead of them, because Painter and Ryzen also have no builds, but they have splashes here to try and tank zone a little bit. Never mind, Ryzen's leading the build, so he's got a little bit of no, the edit down. down. The miscommunication there. I'm pretty sure that was a teammate edit down, or maybe it was Flixie and Frey baiting them toward their builds and edit down. We might have to see a replay later from that one. Flixie and Frey on the high ground might be about to close this out. We've got a minute 20. We might have our first heal-off game with the new surge changes. We don't see heal-offs very often, but with 4 full duos right now, all of them playing pretty safe through these builds. I mean, we do still have a minute to go. If these teams run out of mats and they've got to pull out in the open, it will start getting aggressive. And here it is, Pixie on the back foot of the aggression right now. And Flixie, though, getting hit hard. We have a high ground fight. Frey has to do what he can as a solo. No, Frey and Flixie might be getting so close, but just falling short. Same as Qualifier 2, I believe it was, where they came 6th, or maybe Qualifier 1. Frey's on the high ground. He's going to take some fall damage. He's going to have to find his way in, but Frey and Flixie, unfortunately, just falling short at the very end. But Fork and Pixie are going down as well. It's the same story with high ground. Frey might be able to do this. No, it's not reloaded. The 102 tag. What can he do? He's just doing what he can right now. This is one of the craziest endgames I've ever seen. Frey is just jumping around, taking shots at anything that moves. And unfortunately, with only the pump, no follow-up, he's going to go down. It's Loki and Sanguild on the low ground. And potentially, I think Loki and Sanguild should win this. This is the problem with high ground games. When a win gets you qualified, a lot of teams are going to play super aggressively for height. Becomes a grief fest, and often low ground just gets the free win. Let's see what Loki and Sanguild can do. Pixie's trying to pop the minis to take a fight, but Loki and Sanguild are going for the heal off. Loki's dropping back to deny the siphon, pre-building a box that Sanguild's going to go into with a double med mist and a splash. Pixie, I don't think has this. I think he's got splashes and he's hoping he has the heal off. And from what I've seen, we haven't seen his loadout, but I don't think Pixie had enough. He picks up a full med mist. He's not going to win this. Sanguild has a whole med mist. They're too far apart to fight unless he finds something big here. We're looking for flops. We're looking for splashes. It's going to be all over here for Pixie and Fork. And Sanguild and Loki, who are in first as well, by the way. So 2 really consistent games are going to be taking game 2 win. And Sanguild and Loki will be going straight through to grand finals. A heal off even with the surge changes. Quite rare to see that. We have, there it is. We have Sanguild and Loki, Clown and Refsguard going through. Then we have top 6 most consistent teams right now going through are Janice and Vidil, Grapple and Joyo and Typo, Haram and Zaka, Kombek, and I still don't know how to say his name, Astro and Michael, and then Belusi and Hydro. Already hear that, Paz. Thanks to 2 on the 13, bro. Hate when that happens. Vidil and Janice go down. The favorites out here to Astro. So Astro and Michael still kicking on. Contested Bugle doing so well today. I think I saw Marine and Nevs just hit the grapple gloves there. It's Slimy on the high ground. Slimy and Birch on the high ground above Astro and Michael. It's not really a good time to have high ground though. First rotating zone, and yep, they are going to grapple to front side. Maybe try to reestablish this. No, they're going to go ulti low. This zone is about to pull up though, so I'm not really sure about this ulti low play here. This zone is about to go back up a hill. They're going to have to elevate pretty quickly here, especially with those grapple gloves. Unless I'm looking at it wrong. No, Astro and Michael are elevating. Ilusha and Nefrizzi are fighting for the high ground. The cone comes out though. Nefrizzi gets blocked off. I don't know if Ilusha has it. I think Ilusha does. No, they're dropping down, which means they probably don't. They are going to front side though. Nefrizzi still blocking his head as Marine and Nebs who take the front side high ground. Nebs and Marine might be able to close this one out. 30 builds here for Marine, but remember, as we saw last game, high ground can be an absolute grief fest. They do have the Hammer AR. I really hope Nebs has an SMG, and it looks like he doesn't. Try to put down pressure. Hydro and Belusi, we saw earlier in the stat this game. Hydro and Belusi are pretty much the semi-final warriors. They've qualified the last 2 seasons out of semi-finals. Looking to do so here 3 seasons in a row. Flo is in Hellfire. Joe and Ziandi down below. 7 elims for Joe and Ziandi. Damn. Very good aggression from this duo right now. They haven't got too much to show for him, and they got a good loadout. 77 builds, though. I guess that is pretty stacked going into 7 zone. Fire Hunter up in the box. Swag gonna go down. Where's Pablo? No, that's not Pablo. I think that's a whole nother duo. That's a whole nother duo in that box, I'm pretty sure. I think it was Fire Hunter. Shots coming out from Belusi. Good beams from Belusi right now. Good load. We got some really good loadouts in this lobby. We could see a very interesting 2v2 at the end of this one, potentially. Astro and Michael out of contested Bugle in first place. Tarping through that mid-ground center layer. Frey after a really good game 2. Not looking too hot here in game 3. 9 builds. Gonna have to try and find something big. Joe and Ziandi back together. Nice control on this big hard mat tarp. Frey 7 builds to his name. He's trying to make something happen, but he's not looking too hot. Frey making its ulti low, building one box. He's got one more build. That's the last box he can build. Nefrizzi and Ilusha are going to start claiming this ulti low layer. Good drop down there from Nefrizzi. But unfortunately, it looks like Astro and Michael had the same idea, both dropping down to ulti low at the same time, trying to claim that. And unfortunately, Ilusha also getting aggressed on from the backside. That's going to leave Astro and Michael with that ulti low control. Could be a recipe for success for them, especially if those high ground teams keep griefing. Oh, Joe and ZAndy, they were down here too. But Astro and Michael in a great spot. We could see an Astro Michael versus Nebs Marion. Would be a very interesting 2v2. Marion's running out of ammo though, so not able to put down too much pressure. It's the lack of SMG. They're having to burn through all their AR ammo. Astro and Michael are playing so well today. Incredibly well. Hydro in second place as a solo. 80 points on the board. 0 builds though, unfortunately. He's got these shields, but he's not going to get him off. He's going to go down to Michael. Michael's going to find his 4th elim of the game. 6 total now. We're going to see a very interesting 2v2 at the end here, I believe, because we've got 4 duos alive right now. Joe's team. Oh, what I was about to say. We have, I don't even know this team here. Oh, Michael and Astro have collided with Canox's team. I couldn't see the names properly. Canox going to go down. Joe and ZAndy now. It's a 2v2. And Michael and Astro are out. Nebs and Marion versus Joe and ZAndy. If you guys didn't pay attention, game 1, Joe and ZAndy didn't play because ZAndy was confident in his ability to qualify in only 4 games. Wanted to make sure he was well rested. Chose to sit out game 1. And let's see if that confidence plays off now. Whether they can win the 1v2 against Nebs and Marion. I'm pretty sure these are both on the prediction board, so there's a whole bunch of people very, very excited right now for the $do potential payout. Marion and Nebs in 4th versus Joe and ZAndy in 13th. Marion and Nebs putting out as much pressure as they can. They got an ammo refresh, but still no SMGs, unfortunately. But Joe and ZAndy with 12 elims down below. They've got plenty of AR ammo, but again, also no SMGs. So we're going to see an SMG-less 2v2, which is very rare for Chapter 3. One of them going to have to drop down soon. Nebs and Marion trying to find these angles, and ZAndy gets hit hard. It's coming down to Joe. Can Joe clutch? Because ZAndy's down 2v1. Hits a big shot onto Nebs. Joe doing what he can, but with no build in a 2v1, you have to think it's over for Joe. But Joe comes up the 105 tag from Marion, and Marion and Nebs close it out. 4 elims. They played in every single round for this season, and all it did was take them 3 semi-final games to clutch it up. All right, so we had Nebs and Marion, 5% odds closing it out. All right. So we have Clown and Refsguard who got 1 win, Sangeld and Loki, and then Nebs and Marion. And then our top 6 outside of that is Astro, Canox, Belusi, Janice, Nefrizzi, and Frey. It's Frey and Flixie on the high ground. There's going to be a lot of weird verticality in this zone. Just pulling out and pulling down, then pulling back up. There's a lot of verticality on this zone if it's where I think it is on the map. Unfortunately, Savage couldn't pick Hen back up, so even with a good game as a solo clutch here, it's basically going to come down to a game 5 win for Hen and Savage. But even if Hen and Savage don't qualify, it means we got more content for tomorrow, right? Michael and Astro are down on that low ground. Flixie and Frey up on the high ground, trying to push their way in as well. I'm seeing Ryzen and Painter in this. We've got quite a few really good teams still in this one. Flowers and Hellfire are down there too. Frey hasn't got too many builds. Janice and Vidil. As you've been saying this since Qual 1. Hey, have I been wrong though? We've been getting more Savage content. My man's making bank on the streams. Just saying. Maybe it's all deliberate. Who knows? Maybe game 17, they just go crazy and win it. You don't know. 43 builds, 2 elims. Savage going for a potential. Oh, I was about to say high ground take. Never mind. Savage looks up. There is another player much higher on the lobby. Savage got 35 builds, 2 elims. Doing the best he can, but right now it doesn't really matter. Savage won't be able to get enough points this game. I don't think where a game 5 will matter unless they get a win. Even if they get a high elim second, it might put them in a 6th. Maybe. It depends. Oh, he just went down in the lobby, in the feed. Went down to Polly, who's contesting him at Tilted as well. Feels bad. Michael and Astro still in this too in first. If Michael and Astro, I think, have qualled. 123 with 1 game to go. I'm pretty sure that's already top 6. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. Nefrizzi goes down here to Hellfire. Joe and Zandy on the low ground. 81 points. Put themselves in 8th place now with one less game than everyone else. But Frey and Flixie on that high ground. If they had an SMG, they'd be looking so good right now. Unfortunately, no SMG is making the pressure a little bit rough. No one's going for high ground, though. I feel like the verticality of these zones probably putting out enough pressure where Flixie and Frey don't have to worry. And questionable play from Flo is here. Hellfire gonna have to go down for the res. I'm gonna guess maybe lag. I don't know. Oh, Janice and Vidil still going strong. Janice looking much healthier than Vidil, but Vidil pulls zone. He's just holding on for this one right now. That med miss in that little corner there. Cheeky little heal. Keeps him above zone. Vidil's getting focused pretty heavily though. He's trying to build some boxes. Janice here to back him up. Janice and Vidil not exactly looking like a winning combo right now, but they are looking pretty good. The problem is right now, does Flowiz have grapple glove? Oh no, the zone's not going up the mountain. Never mind, zone's going back out through this open clearing. Michael and Astro take the high ground. What I will have to say, our best performing team so far here today. And the mantle save. No, oh, what the... I don't know where we are. I don't think Michael knows where we are. We're jumping, we're grappling, we're holding on, and Frey dies somehow. Apparently Michael gets a kill. Absolutely zero clue how. Then someone's on the wall. Astro now left to try to solo clutch this one again. I think they're already top 6 though on 133. We have Paina and Ryzen, full duo. I also see Zandy and Joe down below. Hellfire and Flowiz. So that clutch res there, bringing them back up to a full duo. So we got quite a few strong duos in this. We got 4 duos and 2 solos. Vidil and Janice, also one of those duos. So a lot of the favorites here to qualify in this endgame. Zero builds for Vidil though. I don't know how many Janice has. The zone's pulling back up and across now. So Astro on the high ground as a solo might actually be able to close this out. This zone is going back up the verticality and across this mountain. Actually, no, maybe it's wrapping around the mountain. Maybe they don't have to go up. Zandy's in here right now, trying to prove that he's not zero without Chapix. Hellfire and Flowiz go down. Janice and Vidil, so it's all duos now, and I believe still Michael is a solo on high ground. Astro, sorry, it is. Astro's a solo on the high ground. 2 duos left, but both of them are looking pretty shambles down below. Oh no, Pablo's still going solo as well. So the battle of the solos right now. Pablo gets put down. Janice and Vidil. Astro up above. Can they find their way up? 2v1. Both these teams, I'm pretty sure, have already qualified. 120 points now, Vidil and Janice. I actually don't think this fight matters as much as what it looks like it does, but Vidil and Janice are going to get the dub. It matters for the prediction. We had 20k by Neil on Vidil and Janice to win that one, and he is correct. But again, Astro and Michael have already qualified, so it doesn't really matter that much. Game to go, 4 games down. We have Janice and Vidil, Clown and Refsguard, Sanguild Loki, and Nebs Marion already in grand finals. Then our top 6 going through. We have Astro, Zandy, Pablo, Frey, Belusi, and Canox's team. So that's your top 6 so far right now. 1 game to go. All right, we're going to do one. Oh, we got first rotating pulling pretty fast southeast. Very much the congested side. Flowiz and Hellfire have a really rough rotate now. It's Artor and Mixon on the high ground at 86. That could be a potential contender for top 6 here. 95 below though, needs some damage. Never mind, 84 above. Yeah, Savage is not being shown right now, right? Savage and Hen still up, yeah? All right, Flowiz and Hellfire, 17 teams, 31 players. I'm pretty sure the feed just delayed and started showing old people dying. Savage goes down to Fire Hunter, so I guess that's a yes to our answer. Savage and Hen were still in this one. Vortex on 39 health, on 79 points. Flowiz and Hellfire, 103, so they've overtaken Frey and Flixie here, and Joe and Zandy, so I have to say probably both those teams are just going to fall short of qualling. We'll see. We'll see how the points play out. Artor and Mixon on the high ground in 8th place. Remember, top 6 after this game is going straight through to Grands, and whoever gets the win. So that's what you're keeping an eye on. Hen still down there. Maybe Hen can pull off a God solo clutch. This is the 5th and final game of semifinals today. Who else am I seeing? I'm seeing DKS and Deceptos in 11th down below. Fire Hunter takes the high ground, but they need the win right now because they're in 21st. So nothing short of a win is going to qualify them here. Flonada goes down, so Flo is down. See if Hellfire's still in this one. I see him. Hellfire's still back there, 112. He's clutching up the points right now. He doesn't need the win. Hellfire needs a little bit more, maybe. Gonna have to hope that 113 holds. I believe it should. And he goes down to Hen. Hen not giving up without a fight. If Hen somehow pulled this off, good God, it would be one of the most legendary clutches in Fortnite history. Oh, Paco with the burst fire beams, taking down Noah and Rezon. Not easy to do. Paco now at 100 points, so he's looking to overtake Joe, Zandy, Frey, and Flixie. So we're having a big shake up in the top 6 right now. A few teams, after playing really well, are going to fall just short in Game 5. Firehunters team up above. Even with a win here, I don't think top 6 is doable. DKS and Deceptos down here in the low ground. 98, they're catching up as well. DKS and Deceptos could be doing it for the Frenchman. Deceptos goes down. DKS not far behind. Try to stay on that shield keg. He's wrapping around. He's just running around, going crazy, trying to do anything right now to stay in this one. DKS, he's got to find someone. There's a Where's weak. He doesn't go for the edit, so DKS is still alive. He needs to hit a big tag. DKS trying to hold on for dear life, and unfortunately, no. Gonna fall just short of the triple digits. Paco and Krusty now in 107. They're in 3rd place. So really need these consistency points right now from Paco. Every point matters, but he's got 0 builds. If Firehunter looks down over this ledge, they're gonna find him. Paco going for the Jurassic Park strategy. Just don't move. Stay still, and hopefully they won't see you. It looks like he's moved. Paco drops down. He goes down in 3rd. It's a 2v2. Aware and JJ. Both these teams have no chance of qualifying if they don't get this win. Whoever wins this makes grands. Whoever doesn't win this definitely doesn't. Firehunter trying to go for the parkour right now. The death runs would be coming in clutch. Zone pulls across. Firehunter's team dropping down. JJ down below. We got the slapper in hand. We got no SMG. We got a splash, but no, we're going to get hit hard. They're going for the peaks down below. Aware, very, very weak. 9 HP goes down. It's up to JJ in the 1v2, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. High Ground is going to come out on top yet again. Firehunter winning Game 5 and clutching up their grand final spot. They were way down the leaderboard, so no chance they were going to qualify without that win. And let's see who our 11 teams are that are going through into grand finals. After 5 games of EU semifinals 1, we have Janus and Vidil, Clown and Refsguard, Sanguild and Loki, Nebs and Marion, and then Firehunters team. That's your top 5 for the wins. And then top 6 going through is Astro, Floiz, Belusi, Paco, Nefrizzi, and Frey. Let's go. No! Zandy and Joe. I mean, I really wanted Frey to make it after they came 6th in the qualifying week, but damn, Joe and Zandy, if you guys didn't hear, Zandy did unfortunately not wake up for Game 1. So with 4 games played, pretty much only 2 games really, they were 1 elimination from qualifying because they had much higher average elim. So if they got 1 extra elim, they would have won the tiebreak and they would have qualled. Damn.